Welcome, slot fanatics out there. How we doing? So I always say, Merry Christmas. Man, chat's going crazy already. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. Plus, my wife made homemade fried chicken and mashed potatoes and chicken gravy. I had to eat it, and then I had to get a shower. All right. I see Shotgun just came in. I go back up to the top. Of course, I got my brother, the fingers. Just P, my other brother. Man, I got all my brothers in here. Fingers. Jeff. Where'd he go? Jeff G. There we go. Let's see. John Tucci. I knew he had to be here. I was actually surprised he wasn't more towards the top. But, oh, wait, that's good. The winner of the, what was it they were talking about yesterday? Sorry, I've slept since then. Let's see here. Crispy, MTD. Yeah, I enjoyed your show the other day. Sorry, can you guys hear me well or no? I guess I should ask that. Let's see here. How you doing, Mark? I'm gonna be probably bothering you all year this year. We'll get into that here in a little bit, but yeah. Let's see. Slightly Mad, Fox and Wolf. Man, I love that video. I couldn't go into a shop like that. I would definitely have a problem with my bank account. And probably my wife, because she'd probably have her foot in my ass. But yeah. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody real quick before it gets too out of control and I can't follow. The fingers, MPD, they're just talking to each other. Of course, I think I saw Easy and Colt. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I've been not doing much. That's not true. I've done a lot. I actually meant to show a video in here and I didn't attach it already. So I may be looking for another live service to go to. I think Shotgun seems to be working out pretty good. I don't want to know which one he's on, but that's neither here nor there. We got the Daily On. Welcome. Man, now there's a guy. I haven't seen you in quite some time. How's things going there? Hope you're getting everything in order. Yeah. Let's see. Man, it's just going. No shades. You say that. I know I've got them right on here somewhere. Think there. Hey. Got a dish of dust on them. Move the computer. Is that better? That makes you get me. Because there's a bright light right over here. It's blinding the shit out of me. I haven't had a cigarette in probably about 3 hours, so here we go. Smoke as you go. Some people are going, 3 hours? That's not very long. Let's see. I saw it. Bradley Ahern. Welcome. I'm not paying attention enough to the chat. Oh, there's Tad. Oh. How you doing, Tad? Yeah, I don't think there's any positions left for that truck thing, so I guess I won't be participating. Which is sad because I could have probably fixed up my slot car truck and maybe entered it so I could go around to all the tracks. But well, there's always next time. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure. See, I was trying to read, but I didn't read. You guys can hear me all right? I hope I'm not. BMW, I didn't see you there. I always got to have my shades on, and somebody reminded me. I usually have my glasses on when I'm in the other room because it's so dark I can't see, things in front of me like this. This is my makeshift little trying to go live here. All I did was mount a couple of bars right here that with a 16-inch board on it. It's mounted up on the wall a little bit so I can slide it right here. And I've never done a live from the actual slot car room, so I'm sure you guys can see a lot of little actions going on behind me. I'll get to that here in a little bit. Then where's my white bulletin board? I've been writing things down so I could put them on here and kind of have a way of talking and getting through some topics I'd like to bring up the week. I will say, is it Slot Attack? Slot Attack. Has anybody heard of Slot Attack? I've been seeing his videos here lately. He's not got a lot of subscribers. I think he's only got like 59. I think he's been doing it for a long time. But I recommend checking out his channel. He's got a big layout. Very, very scenery. If you haven't seen it before. I would love to do something like that, but I also want to keep track. I mean, I have built a lot of blind spots on my tracks, but I'm trying to keep it where I have more openings. There might be like a little tunnel or something like that. I've been trying to make it, in this case, with this track layout, I've got 1, 2, 3 places it goes into the ends and you can't see the car. But like I said, nobody's racing with me, so I'm good. I bought I think it was my first car of the year the other day. I'll bring that up here in a minute too. I just want to get talking to everybody. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I'm a little nervous. Gypsy. And I forgot to grab me a drink too. I can't sit here for an hour without a drink. Yeah, B&W is gonna. You know what? I watched all you build all your tracks. Well, most of them anyway. I missed some of them, I think. But yeah, it helped me inspire on a few things I was looking to do with the track. The video, I just put this track together in less than a week. I couldn't get it ready for Christmas. I got frustrated. I ended up talking to my buddy Shotgun, and he says, "Make it what you want." And I'm like, "Okay." And I did it, and then after a while, after about a week, I was like, "This is boring." But at the time, I had something similar to what you're already seeing behind me, but it wasn't like this at all. So I'll explain that here in a little bit. I'll explain it now. Why not? So you see the track behind me. Well, it was only going around the outside edge of the table. And then if you pay attention to the cars moving in the background up there, they're not part of the Carrera slot car track. It's 2 cars on polycar track going the opposite direction from each other. So it kind of gives you the town area. I just reversed the polarity on the one. So what you're doing, these are Marlboro Black Reds. I don't normally smoke those. I'm a Camel Wide smoker, but I've been smoking Marlboro Black Golds because they're cheaper. But I didn't have time to go out and get cigarettes before I went live, so I had to get a shower and eat, and I bummed some from my daughter's boyfriend, so I gotta go get him some after I get done. I got a coupon the other day for like $15 off a carton, but I buy them in Kentucky. They're a little cheaper. I mean, I guess I could bring up smoking on this channel because there's Marlboro and Camel cars, and you don't see any Winston cars though. Does any of them? Did one of the NASCARs from Carrera come out with Winston? Was there one? Good question, right? Back to what I was saying. So those cars would go straight down the center, and then as you see, I only got 1 train up there. That's all I need. I just wanted to have them all in one area. I can change out the train, as you can see behind me. I've got all those trains sitting up there. We've got a couple of them you can't see. I can change them out throughout the year, so you get something different every time. There was 2 tracks going at that time, going around the inside of the Carrera track, just going straight around the outside of the table. And I had a nice little city in there, and I had a video. I think Shotgun's seen it, and I want to say Tad's seen it, and Shane's seen it. And of course, Shane's like, "That's not my cup of tea." But at the time, I was kind of excited about it. I was like, I got them all on the same layout. I figured out a way to do it. I saw the black Marlboro livery on a slot car recently. Oh, okay. If not, I'm going to build some. I have something going on here in the future where I want to start talking more about the building side of cars. I am glad that the boys are going back to the brass chassis. I mean, I've only done I've done 2 now. I need to practice more and more and get better at it. I've got one in 124 and I've got one in 132. I've got another kit for 124 and I've got another kit for 132. I just haven't done anything with them yet. And because I bought those A&R chassis to try them out. So And of course, I had the 3D, the 3D truck, my slot invasion truck, which I broke, but I glued it back together. It don't look as pretty on one side as it used to. But hey, what car does after you run it for a while? Welcome, DG. How you doing down there? Did you have any racing time this weekend, or was it a work weekend? I do plan to show more than just me talking on here. As you can see, I don't know if swing this way a little bit. I got quite a bit going on. I don't have it finished, but I'm really close because I'm actually sinking the boards into the styrofoam so that they will not move on the table. So I'm putting the table down, marking it out, cutting out all the foam, dropping the wood legs into the slots. I plan to use a lot of foam from now on, or my preferred choice would be the plaster cloth. I did that with a train because you can't make a mistake with it. Styrofoam, you can't. But I have a hard time with that styrofoam stuff for some reason. I've got a ton of it inside this other cavity of the room here, just piled up. And I keep saying I'm going to use it, and I just never do, because I always want the wood surface so I can mount down. Like the train track's not mounted right now, but eventually it'll be mounted down. And if I want to mount down, let's say, like I don't know if you can see, but use a sign back there. It's kind of heavy on the front, so I'm thinking about putting a couple screws in it when I confirm that's where I'm leaving it. Did I miss somebody coming in? Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, so I guess I could try and switch cameras here and kind of give you a layout of or a rundown, a chopper mode. The layout's so bare. Yeah, I don't have much on here at the moment at all. I hardly have any cars on here either. Let me see if I can switch cameras real quick. Let me see. Go to this one. This might take a second. I'll probably screw it up and then I won't be able to get the camera. That'd be funny. Let's see here. Let's go. Where's it at? Is it doing it? There we go. There we go. It's not showing on my camera though. That I need to see it. No effects. Oh, stabilization on. I've not tried this before, so give me just a second. I won't be able to see the picture. It won't let me do it if I do it that way, though. I'll try it again. Give me a second. It did not like that. Bear with me. I hope you guys can still hear me. What the hell happened? It was on there. Can you hear me and see me now? I'm not gonna. No, I had to go back out and come back in. It took me completely out of the studio altogether. That's probably true, MTD. Don't say that, man. Yeah. You knew I'd come back. Not always. That's why I need to change, because this thing, I was having problems when I was trying to set it up, and I was trying to finish up some stuff, so I didn't even get my track wiped down before I did anything. So yeah, I'm not hands-free. And thanks a lot for my support, Tad. And that's a show. You think I wasn't reading while I was trying to get this thing going? Let me see here. I was planning to use the other camera, so this is a nightmare. Now, I took the wheel inserts out. This is my new car for 2026, and you've probably seen it before, but I had to have one, especially after I saw Marty's. No, the lights. There we go. Get it down here where the lights are at. NSR C8. It's orange, and it's a test. It's the test car, but I plan to start learning how to. Yeah, thanks, Dad. I really appreciate it. I do. I'd come out and get you, but and knock you in the teeth. But it's too cold out there for me to go back out there. You probably live out in the country, so it's probably even colder there. I'm trying to get it closer on. I took the insert. 2 inserts were out when I got the car. It's laying on the side, so I didn't like the inserts, so I took them out. So it's NSR. I had it on the track, and I won't lie, it's fast. It's supposed to be pretty good. As a matter of fact, I'll probably show you here in a minute. This brings me to my next subject, because I was running a. Oh, that would be why. I had a car on the track. So let me see. I'm going to bring my camera thing up and see if I can't steer it into where I need you to go. Yeah, I know. I'm going to touch something. Give me just a second. I was about centered. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, come back up here. Bring the hotspot up. Come on. I hate when I can't. I need something that works with everything. Man. It won't let me. Let me try this. Okay, bring this up. Let's say the device is occupied. Now, how am I supposed to? Hold on. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. There we go. So I'm going to try and take control of it. Standard. Not that button, the other one. Thanks. I appreciate it, because I was getting ready to push that button. Yeah. No! That's not the button I was going to push it off. Sorry. Guardians of the Galaxy fan. Let's see here. Let's see what I can do. We'll go up a little bit. So as you can see, it's going to be a hard standard to go by. Oh, it's trying to come back to me. Now let's see if I can. Why the. Standard. Okay. Normal tracking. Still going to follow me. How am I supposed to show you anything if I can't get the camera to go past my head? Oh. Let's see here. I shouldn't have tracking on at all. I thought I took that off. Yeah, see, it wants to travel back. I want it to stop. Well, I want to walk around the table and try and show you guys stuff. I don't know if it'll follow me like that. If I go back further, will it widen out? You don't want to see a fat guy walking around in his robe, do you? In his PJs. Oh, damn, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I can't get it to stop in motion. Now will it move? There we go. Figured it out. Okay, so let's go. Hey, there we go. Okay. This is kind of straight away behind me. So this is going to be reversed. I think it's reversed. You're going to go in. This is why I wish I had a laser on me, too. You know what? Give me just a second. Why don't you guys take a look at that view for just a second? Does that make it a little easier? Let's see here. I'm not in my normal comfort level being in here. So yeah, get the laser to work with me. So it goes around this way, goes under, and then it's gonna start to. Hope I get it to work. Comes back out over on that side. I don't know how much closer. Let's see how close I can get. Yeah, there's my single train. But it comes out on the other side right there. Right where that post is, the furthest one out from where the train just went across. So that's the four. Yeah, there we go. Now it's actually showing up. And then it's a classic for me. I always angle it. This is the hard part. Ah, damn it. Whoa, let me get control. Hey, you guys want to look at my ceilings? Sorry. I can back up a truck. I can't back up a camera. Okay, where the hell am I at? There's my forehead. Gotta go down. So it comes back and angles over here. And then it'll bank up through my head right there. Bless it. This is harder than it looks. Comes across. I don't want that far out. So then it hits the bank turning there. 3/4 bank, which actually I was not going to put back in at one point. I was going to leave it out, but I found a way to do what I wanted to add the, since I'm right here, this is where my first track that I had out here, after I got kind of a few track pieces, I had the 160 turn right up there, and I had that little mountain in the middle that I had designed for it. And I've been wanting to put it back in ever since because I already made the mountain for it. Anyway, I was going to put it back in there and to get rid of the and then I thought about it and I go, well, I figured out a place I could put it. So I put the 330 back in. Yeah, it's painted black. I still got to finish painting, but I set it up so I could show a little bit of design on it. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm not reading that. Okay, so then we're all the way over there. So then it comes back down. You're going to go across those bridges. Oh, wrong way. That brings me to my next topic. So I have three. I actually have the fourth bridge to go across, and they're by Magnetic Racing. I'll stick my head up here for a second. Let me move my face back in. Looks like I'm looking over the fence, man. Yeah, you can't see my mouth. That's a good idea. Oh, so you got the bridges. Let's see if I can scroll it in there. Let's see if it'll go past me. It won't go past me. All right, I'm just going to quit with that. Okay, you've seen the bridges. Oh, shit. Although I liked them when I first got them, I switched out. I actually took apart my old bridge, if you guys remember that. Matter of fact, I'll even do you one better. Here's what's left of my old bridge. I don't know if I can get that on the camera or not. I've cut some pieces off of it. Anyway, I realized that I liked my bridge because I built it myself. Back in the face now. And we'll get back on the track here in a minute. And I've had a lot of problems because, you guys, I've moved my track around so many times because I was never happy. So I moved those bridges around a lot. And over time, they've really gotten bad about. I'm going to go out here wide. They've gotten busted. The tops of them, the pieces going across. I even ordered a second set for them, and I got those really quick too. And I put them in. I've already broke them all, except for like one or two that are holding up the sides. And then I got to, when I was doing that this last time, I was like, well, I could repair it and put this back in, and or I could build my bridge again, put it back in. Now, the thing I liked about my bridge, other than the fact I built it, the top was exposed. So, and I like to put double lane changes on the bridge. Matter of fact, I'm wanting to put two there. I've got one in there right now. But I'll show that here in a minute where I messed up, and it was from an earlier track. So I think I'll go back to that, where I can reach down in there and grab the track when it de-slots a car, when the double switch lane is in there. Am I going to use a timing? So I need to figure that out, because although I say I'm a digital guy, I mean, I have a lot of Carrera, but I run a lot of analog. So I don't know. Maybe I need to look into that. I hadn't thought about it because since I've been on here, I've never really shown you guys car times, because there's a lot of people that already do that. So I never felt like I needed to show how fast the car goes around my track. But at the same time, sometimes I'd like to know myself. So that might be something to look into. I don't know how. Do they hook up by your PC, or I'm not going to get into questions because I was trying to stay away from certain topics today, because this is a new start for me, guys. I'm trying to make sure that I actually go through with everything I say I'm going to do. No more of this. I like whimsical, but I'm tired of building tracks. I don't know how PNW does it. How you do it, buddy? I can't do it. Matter of fact, even Dick, he's changing tracks. So, not Dick, David, you see Slot Cars, he's changing tracks again. I'm like, I just wanted a track that was fun. That, somebody came over, it'd be nice to race on. And I wanted to make sure I had a little bit of every kind of corner out there. And, all my tracks, a lot of them have been good flowing tracks, but they were all very few corners. I was using a 415s on two ends, and I was using 330s in the middle, and some twos to get it, just make it cross over each other, and eliminated the 160. So I want to put them all in, and I'll get back to that here in just a second, what I've done. Makes you wonder if I could just take the camera and pick it up and try and face it better, but then I can't see what I'm aiming at. So I may redo the bridges, because I do have a new one still in the package back here. I ordered a fourth one. I can't remember why at the time. It was for a different bridge setup I had. But let me go back in here and narrow it back in. So, let's go back a little further out. Make sure I'm going the right way. It's always reversal what I'm doing. So I've got Hughesy's thing there. I've got my my news channel station right there. And if you bring this down, if you keep following it, you'll see that's that little mountain I was talking about there. And I've got a guy from the Christmas thing, whatever, on there, like everybody else does. Sorry, the one thing's getting away, but this is the 160. But if you noticed, it goes across at an angle. So these tracks are not actually parallel. This one's angling a certain direction, and this one's angling or going straight across. So then when you come over, then you're right here, can see it right in there, right behind me. I don't know if I can get closer. I'll make sure I get a camera video of this so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. I did not know that I couldn't get this thing to work the other way. So anyway, right there behind the news station is where it curves over and goes over to that one we're looking at. So there you're going to bank your 160 curve, which if you see, that's where my starter gantry is down on the lower side there. So then you're going to hit that. You're going to come back over. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'll post a video afterwards. So then this is where I start going. A lot of it's up in the air, so I got to go. I start going back down. And then you're not going to see that. Let me go. And then you're going to see it go into the mountain again right there. And then that comes around to go a little further. I got to fall backwards. Sorry, guys. Looks like it's stay out of the picture. I actually thought I had this all thought out really well. So then it comes right back out. Come on. The mic's in the mic is a speaker. There we go. So then it comes back out here. A lot of wood back there in the back, by the way. And then that circles back around. Hey, Dojo. I might have missed some people coming in, but I've seen MTDs there too. Welcome. And then it comes back around to the back around the start. I need to widen back out. I don't need you to see my nose hairs, right? Then it goes back across pit garage. It's not. I haven't measured it out because I don't use a planner for any of my tracks. I wonder if I can slide over this way. If this would make it easier to see. Nobody wants to look at my ugly mug. I can't get it any wider from this angle, but and this year I plan to make it so the angles aren't always from where the 330 bank curve is. I usually do the angles right over here, right here in front of the fireplace. Oh, I have to go back that way. So where all the lights are, yeah, it's catching on the computer now. Where all those lights are is where my fireplace is. That's usually where I film the thing. And I had somebody say, you're always filming the track at the same angle. Well, I won't lie. The track is, I got 3 feet on this side of the track. I got 1 foot and 8 inches on the other side of the track. So it's very hard for me to get a proper straight angle on it. Go back up. I did put my 50-inch TV in. I didn't get a new one. That was my wife's old one. We got a 55 now. All my slot cars are there except for what's above me, which is all my scale electrics. I'm running out of room. I plan to do something with the fireplace to put them back on the mantle, but I don't like it because like during the winter I'm running the fire and I don't want the heat going up there. And even though they're in the case, it'll melt that plastic. So I got to think about that one too. But yeah, this is kind of the touch and go of the layout. As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you what was going on up there, right? Let me see if I can zoom in on that one good. So up there, you can see that my nose hair needs to be trimmed right there to the left. Oh, seriously, pick a long one. So here's kind of now I only got the 4 buildings in there right now. And yeah, that's it. I only got the 4 buildings in there right now. I'm gonna be adding more. There's got the Slotcar Wildman sign right there. Under the base of each track. I thought about that, but it's something to put up there. I didn't want it to be real big. I just wanted to use it for like a display of my non-numbered cars, race cars, to kind of make it look more whatever. And then, the sad thing is when I did that, the layout I was talking about beforehand, I talked about beforehand. Sorry, I'm losing track of my mind. I had bought more polycar track. So I gotta think about it for a minute. So I ended up buying 8 more pieces. I originally bought 8 more pieces of my polycar track. And the problem was that the I'm not trying to make sound, I just turned it off so it wasn't so loud. But the polycar track, the controller unit went bad on mine. It wouldn't control the cars anymore. You could hear it crackling inside. I had a little smoke come out of it, so I took it out altogether. And it's wired up to a power supply now just to run the cars. But I thought about getting the controller packed back. I wish they had a better one because I won't lie. That's a gripe about. I love the track itself, the polycar base though. That thing is a cheap piece of junk. Yeah, I agree with you, Journal. You're in the basement. Yeah, it's a. I got a kerosene heater and I got a fireplace. I've been burning all my. Let me go back out here. I've been burning all my spare wood that I've had over the last couple of years. Let me see here. Well, probably the best angle I'm going to get you at the track, but you don't get to see the 3 bank curve over here. This is not all that much. There's a lot not done. Along with moving a lot of things, I've busted some things. So my billboard signs are broke. Some of my buildings are broke. I got a light tower that I just finished, and earlier today, I knocked it over, and it didn't break, but all the lights came unglued, and they're all hanging off of it now. So I only got the old one up there right now, and when I had that one up there before, so I had the white one up there, and I didn't have the black on the baseboard yet where that tower is, but it was really bright. I was like, this is going to work. But then when I switched it over this way, because I had my gas station up there, but you can't see very well now. So I won't spare any time after I get off the live. I will go ahead and make a video. I'll kind of run around the track real quick. Now, I have done some stupid things in my time. I tried to print one. Now, this is rough. I tried to print me a car, and the back end broke off of it. But I tried to print me a flat car so I could put a camera on it. And I didn't want to put a motor in it. I just wanted to put it in front of a car and push it around the track. Now, this works. It does go around the track. But it can't be. I've been using Carrera cars right now, but when you put the camera on there, it's too heavy. The Carrera cars can't hardly push it. I just got that little knockoff GoPro, and I haven't been able to do it yet. So let me go back to what I was talking about earlier. Man, that thing's hot. You can tell I haven't used it much. I mean, the braids are a little bit cooked out. I don't see much dirt on it. But then again, I had just cleaned my track when I got this just the other day. Well, thank you. My biggest problem was I hate. How do I explain that? The reason I took such a long break is I get mad at myself for not pulling off what I say I'm going to pull off. So I go into, when I defeat myself, I sometimes get to the point where I just don't want to bother anymore. And this track thing has been driving me nuts because I've been trying to get the perfect track, and every time it seems like I'm getting ready to close it up and start actually doing the landscaping, I go, I don't like it. My wife tells me I'm never happy, so I guess it goes the one and the same. Oh, hi, Yukon. How you doing, buddy? I can't get the camera on you down there. He's always checking up on me. He'll go back out here in a minute. I don't think I'll be moving the camera around anymore. Shut this thing down. And I brought it full screen so I can see what you guys see. So, and I'll run the Corvette around the track on the version so you can see it. But I'm not just that way with slot cars. I'm that way with everything in life. I used to be a cable contractor owner, actually, really. But anyway, back when I was young and I started cable in the first place after the military, I was like, all right. I was so proud of my job. It was great. And after about 14 years, a buddy of mine that I had trained at work, he goes, you seem unhappy. He goes, and you're not doing as quality work as you used to do when you were installing people's cable on their house. He goes, I think you need to take a break. I didn't listen to him, but the company ended up reformatting, and me and him and everybody else was gone. What was it, 30-something people go as soon as the other company took over the name, and which I worked for that particular company that took over. I worked for in Cleveland, but anyway, neither here nor there. It's irate at myself, not you guys. I get upset with myself because I don't have the follow through. If I say I've always used to be a man of my word, so I feel like I'm not being a man of my word when I say something, and then you guys never see any results. So I apologize for that. That's kind of why I took the break. I just need to figure out what was going on in my life and get situated and start coming up with a good plan so I can start having fun again. Now, I won't lie. In the time I've been gone, I've done a lot of driving just for the fun of it. I've been grabbing cars off the shelf randomly and just throwing them on the track and run them. I think that was part of it, is because I had done so many tracks. The only time you ever saw a car run was when I was showing you a car I picked up, and then it went back on the shelf, and then that was it. It was back to trying to get the track done, and then changing it up at the last minute. This has everything I wanted in it. I wish it didn't have as many blind spots, and I may figure something out with that later. The one with the 330 bank, I am cutting it down. I already cut it back on the one corner behind it, so you can go around that side of the table a little smoother. Matter of fact, I did that earlier, but I want to do it to the lower table too. So when I do that, it'll probably leave enough room for you to see the track on the back side like I used to have. Yeah. So yeah, I want to build more cars. Of course, buy some. Of course, I'm an NSR fan, big fan of NSR. But I'm not against anything. As a matter of fact, I talked to Dave at Slotcar. I talked to him today about some cars that I don't have. Asking his opinion on them. I know he's done some reviews on certain cars, and I'm like, yeah, you don't see much of them, so I wanted to find out what the results were. So he kind of helped me out with that, and I appreciate that, Dave. I try to research things as much as I can, but when you go on, like this particular car brand, I was going on YouTube, and I went on the Google site. Nobody's really talking about it. They talk about the history of it, but they won't talk about what it, And I guess this car is just now, car companies just now coming around to trying to get serious about their cars, which they've always been known for detail. So hint, that probably tells you what it is. I don't have it. So I was looking at some, and I came across somewhere I was looking at, and I was like, I've never ran one of those. I don't know if they're any good or not. Now, I think Dahi, back when DNA was running, I think they had a couple of them on there, and I thought he told me that they were getting better. So, which I had the privilege to see him and Shotgun Dave's live the other day. So it was a surprise. So, guys, I'm not going to keep it super long. I do want to mention that the Aussie boys are getting back together this Thursday, the 5th. So you need to join their live and Thursday morning. And I wanted to put that out there because you guys rock. I like how you guys get together and do stuff. Except for Hub, because Hub always talks about Revo slots. No. Yes, you can't talk to him about a Carrera car. Sorry, I have to punch a little fun at him. Yeah, got internet out in this office finally. That was great. And now I can't even see the chat. What the? Sorry, guys. All I want. That's all I wanted to. That's why when I said I had to go, I ran and grabbed that laser pointer, which I ended up not using very much of, and grabbed a couple of Pepsi so I can sit out here. This was a pain in the butt just to set this up real quick. I thought it was going to be easier than it was, and then this wouldn't work without this, and this wouldn't work without that. And it's just a laptop. But then I couldn't get the sound to work on it because I have a stereo on it in the other room. Well, now it's in here. I brought it out here so I could use it. I still want to have the same old fun I've always had. I just want to be a little more serious about my hobby instead of, let's see, blank failures, I guess I call them, where you don't actually produce what you say you're going to do. And then I'm also wanting to get into more building, not just slot cars, but my buildings itself. And that's where I talked to Journal about this, not Mark, not too long ago. I really would like to get into that. I've been saving some cardboard and actually some other materials too. Trying to start setting up for that. I was getting rid of my cardboard because I had so much of it, so I ended up taking it all off for a long time, and then so I'm collecting it again. And I'll be trying to do some of that this year. This is in that part of the hobby. I mean, we all say we're just into slot cars, but there's a lot to the hobby. Even if you're not a scenery guy, there's still a lot out there for you that you have to kind of learn and pick up on to do this hobby. So. And honestly, most of the time it makes it fun. I've never gotten into tuning cars because I never got past all the other stuff I was learning. I watched the videos, but I couldn't just sit down and put a car in front of me and go, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, that's funny. We know why you didn't have one out since last year. I didn't see Christopher Eder come in. Hey, buddy. And most of the time, I appreciate you guys just listening on my rambles. It's kind of the same thing. I have a tendency to talk a lot, and it's also a nervous tick too because I'm like, yeah, I always have a profound way I want to say it, but I come out looking like a dumbass when I say it. So, I end up talking more and more, trying to hope that you didn't hear it. You ain't kidding. The rabbit holes are huge. There's some other things I was looking into for the hobby. Well, just like electronics. Okay. Did you guys see where Slotcar had that thing for the start station where it did its own lighting and, did it according to hitting the start button on your Carrera, right? Now, I don't know anything about those Pi things because I looked into them at one time for doing Christmas lights, and I decided it was too complex for me, and I backed away from it and didn't really get into it that much. But, there's something where you'd have to learn how to do the wiring, put it in to make it work with what you're going. I can put lights in things. We'll be doing a lot of that. I had some ideas for some lights, and they're still coming. So basically, I just took a step back, guys. I took a step back. I've got a layout. I'm still working on the bridge foundation, but I have to decide what I'm going to do with the bridge first. Everything else, the tables you see here, except for the one back here, I got one side that's still not set. They are actually set into the foam so they don't move, which I haven't done not one time since I've done a train. So, but I'm being serious this year. I just want to have some fun. And by golly, I mean, Tad don't live that far from me. I could invite him over and have a tractor run on, and I'm not embarrassed. He might embarrass me, but I won't be embarrassed when he gets here. Or maybe I'll just punish him. You never know. I really, like I said, with the cameras, I apologize. I had a lot more plans for the show. Matter of fact, I was even going to run the Corvette right here in front of you so you can actually take a look at it. I don't know why it won't. I'll have to talk to Shotgun and see what he's using. He seems to like that one. I'll have to see what that is. I think he said it was like $20 a month or something. Is he still in here? Or did he go to dinner already? See, it's almost 9 o'clock my time, so that makes it about 7 o'clock his time. He's 2 hours behind me. And that train's really loud when it's going across the tracks, and it's on foam board. Imagine if I had the sound on it. And if I brought it in closer, I don't know, it might need more smoke, but it does smoke too. It's smoking a little bit. I've looked at my trains before, though. Most of them are just. What is going on here? Echo. Foxham, AWOL. That's how many cars did you guys coming out of that shop with, by the way, since I'm talking to you. Yeah, Easy, I had that on the list. That you brought it up. You just sent that to me not too long ago. Sorry to hear that, brother. There's an echo. This is the biggest room in the house. And I found out the wall that's right here in front of me where this computer's hooked up onto on just a little 16-inch platform is actually not a wall that needs to be here because it was actually, hot water heaters on the other side and the furnace. And I have a little hallway there that I throw a bunch of junk in. It's got a back door out the back of the house. I've actually thought about taking it down. So it'd actually be 17 foot across, and then I'd be 26 foot length. So, which would still be a garage, but I could do a lot more with if I had that wall gone. Oh, got my marker. So let me anybody got any questions or anything? I'll give you a better look at it. I promise, Easy. I really meant to show it while I was doing the live. I was really excited about showing this track to you guys and explaining everything and showing you the car. The car is more or less just a tune, and I started off with the NSR because I like the car. But it's also a higher end, so you can actually adjust the front wheels, and I need to learn how to do that. Even with my Slot Invasion truck, I didn't even know how to do that. I look at it and I see what people are saying, but every time I messed with it, it seemed like I'd back the screw out, and then the wheels were all floppy. And I do have a question for anybody. You can answer it on my other video after I show you the track on the video. The SCX. I have an SCX Porsche. It's a limited edition. I got it from Gene, if you guys remember correctly. And he got it from Dave at Slotcar News. The Slotcar News. The front wheel is broke off. So, but it's an independent wheels. Is there a way to put I have to look at it again. It's been a while since I looked at it. Is there a replacement wheel? Let's start with that one. And then number two, if there's not, couldn't I? He was just in here, MTD. I should have picked him up. Is there a way to put a straight rod through there so I can put a new set of wheels and rims on it? I should have put Yukon on it. He's a shit, let me tell you. The poor guy. If you guys remember back when I first got him, the first night I had him, I walked out on the back steps to let him off the deck. And I was wearing my flip-flops. It was the middle of the freaking night. It was wet. I slipped and fell. Well, I held him all the way until I hit the stairs, and then I dropped him. So he was scared of me heights for a long time. Well, then here a few weeks ago, he's been riding with me in the truck at work. So, I don't need front wheels. You're right. I can probably just paint them on there, right? The fingers. So I go to work and it's a long story short. I back into this place and it's not the way I normally back in there because they had some equipment in my way. So I just got it in there so I could get unloaded one way or the other. And so as usual, he gets out when I get out. Now he's not jumping in the truck or jumping out himself. I have to help him. So I always tell him shoulder and he gets on my shoulder and I bring him down. I'll be damned if I wasn't on the edge. It was a ramp I was parked on. It was on that curve that hits at the bottom of the ramp. I stepped right back onto it. Down I went and dropped him too. Now he won't go with me to the truck. Yeah, he's forgiven me now. He's back to sleeping with me in bed and but he's gotten comfortable with me. So they say a good dog will just check on you from time to time. He doesn't need to be up your ass. That's kind of what he does now. He comes down here, he'll check on me and get a little attention for a couple minutes, and he walks off, and then he comes back later. So if he comes back, well, I'm getting ready to end the live. How long have I been going? 57 minutes. So I got a couple more minutes here. I saw an axle to a fly classic, but I think depending on the guy that's in the way. That's what I got. I can't remember. That's why I was asking that. I need to take it down, or maybe I just need to get another chassis and put one. I don't know if you can get a second chassis for SCX cars or not, because then I can just set it up with my own motor and everything, and not have to go through all that rip out stuff from the oxygen. The oxygen. I don't know what their system is, but yeah, it runs their headlights and everything else. Mike's Little Shop of Horrors. I didn't even know you were here, buddy. Welcome. Well, thank you for coming out. Guys, if I didn't mention your name, I just missed you because I had the camera problems. I was trying to show what I could show. And yeah, in the future, there'll be a lot more excitement going on. I'd like to maybe get Tad over here one day to race. Tad don't have anybody to race with. I don't have anybody to race with. Maybe we'll do that. And Daryl Rogers has been asking me to go up there to Richmond, Indiana, which is 3 hours from me. And I'd like to get on a wood track. I've never done that. So just to see how it runs. And that might be what this Corvette ends up being. Might be, if I like going up there, I might keep it for just a track, but it depends on what they're running. Yeah, so those are my newest cars. That's my newest car for 2026. I've got a couple more on the way. They're Carreras, so not too much to expect from that. They're just a couple of them I actually wanted, and I was looking to get another 935, but in Carrera, because I've got the one I was running around the track. She's down there with the Pegasus on the side, Pegasus livery. I realize I don't have another car that I can run that with, because all my Porsches in Carrera are all the 911s, which pick up the glasses for a minute. 4, 6, 8, 10. I got 11. Well, you guys seen that video? 11 of those just in Carrera. I got 3 in Scale Electric. I got who was it was talking earlier today? They kept talking about Porsche. I was like, oh, this Fox today. Well, no, not a Porsche. Yes, that's made a whole difference to Finger. I won't lie. Just running some track time. I've ran this track a couple times already since I've got it going this week. And of course, you got to test it as soon as you get it in place before you start putting any supports in, because you want to make sure you can run it before you have no pockets. Yeah, you have no money in your pockets now. Since May, come on, man. Don't you miss it just a little? I would think so. Well, I mean, I ran the cars, but I never got to have any fun with it because I was always looking at the track going, how can I change it? So I wasn't enjoying myself. I was becoming a collector. I was just buying cars to show on the channel and walk on. I mean, I keep saying, well, I've had a couple conversations with people. When do you stop buying slot cars? The answer is never, but I don't know where to put all these. I don't have an extra. This room's it. I can put them in the other room, but my wife will start getting on my ass because she's got her office in there now. And until my daughter and her boyfriend move out, I'm stuck with her downstairs with me. I know. It's miserable. She's never down there. It was only when she wants to work on hobbies, and she ain't got to do that in the wintertime because it's colder than shit down here. Because this room don't have any heat in the room, so because it was a garage. She's got her desk in that other big room of mine, and she's right underneath the heaters. I was never a Porsche fan. I keep saying that. I was a Ferrari fan, which I'm still a Ferrari fan. The Porsche, what it was is when I got the Carrera Porsches and I seen how well they ran around the track. That was back when I first started. I liked them. So I started, picking up the Carrera Porsches, and then I tried, Scale Electric, got that fat livery, and I just kind of took off from there. So then I bought a couple of NSRs. I think those were my first NSRs, if I remember correctly. No, First one was a white kit 917, but it was a Porsche. I still haven't put the new lenses in and everything. But I've now gone over an hour, and I feel pretty, well, I feel like I fucked up because I didn't know about the camera thing. But I'll get a video. I'll put a quick video out if you guys want to look at it here later or maybe tomorrow, depending on your time to go to bed. I will run around the track real quick and show you a little bit of it from different angles. How about that? I'll try that. And then I'll post it up real quick. Again, apologies. I really wanted to show something new, and we'll go from there. But I will be back next Sunday because I'm going full force again, and start showing you where I'm going with the layout. Where as I start to mud the thing or painting and stuff like that. That was one of them the wife brought up. She goes, "You haven't even painted anything yet." This last weekend. She goes, "You haven't even painted anything yet. It doesn't look like anything." So I painted that one thing black. So yeah, Mike, sometimes you got to just take the break. It is brain therapy, Fox and Daywald, but there's distractions in the world. Who was I talking to the other day? Anyway, we were talking about guns, and I like to get into guns, and that was one of my hobbies before I got into slot cars and trains, and well, it was my ideal hobby, and then I never got to do anything with it because this hobby is expensive enough. Those were a little more expensive. I haven't fucked up. Well, I wanted a better show. I didn't want a show where I was just babbling all night and telling you guys what's going on, and then go, yeah, shits and giggles, we're out of here. With the cars getting up around $100, I'm buying a skip. I'm not going to be buying too many. I've got model cars in there I can build. Now, of course, I got to buy the wheels and everything else for it, so it's still costing me a price, but I can do that over a period of time as I build the car. I really need. This last year, I got an eye opener when all of a sudden the inflation went up so high, and I'd spent all this money on slot cars, and then all of a sudden I didn't learn to back off because it was going up. I just kept going, and it kind of set me back. So I keep saying that every year. I didn't buy as many cars this year as I bought last year, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, you got to start looking at it seriously. What cars will you actually continue to drive after a period of time? I mean, I can look at cars and say I want this, and this. But as I've seen now with all the cars I do have, you don't spend a lot of time with cars. Now, one of my problems is I don't like taking out the cases. So if I have a car that's free, let's say the police car, I don't have a case for it. And those cars up there, the red one Shane got me, right there, they don't have a case. So, I'll usually run those cars unless for some reason I bring out one of the cars for some reason, but then it stays out of the box for a long time because I don't put it back up. I just start running them. Because I'm a smoker, I don't want to take them out of the cases, but at the same time, I'd get a lot more storage space if I didn't have them. So, which I didn't buy 132 for the past 2. Damn it! You got some cobwebs on your wallet on that department. Then you need to get one. Oh, wait a minute! You come. So if you wanted to see you, come here. Wait. If you let me pick them up. There's old Yukon. You see? Yukon. Oh, he wants down. See, I've dropped him twice. Yeah, that's the question for Daily On. How many Hot Wheels? I need to go through all my boys. I was cleaning up this room where I got all the styrofoam, and they're all just in a big, gigantic storage plastic bin. Just stacked it. It's super heavy too. I need to go through them, and I thought about trying to find the little 164s. Oh, I didn't get to hold him for very long. Like I said, he's scared of the heights now. It's easier to do it in my office because he'll just jump up on my lap. But I'm a little higher up in this chair. I was trying to have it high enough to look over me. Why do you stick my hand? It's a cigarette. Ain't that right, Nico? Ain't that right? He's a whining little bitch, too. He sasses me all the time. I don't know if you guys know anything about Australians. They tend to whine a lot. It's their way of saying everything is urgent. I need to go. I need to go play. I need to go see the other dog. He wakes me up every morning. He comes up to my face. He puts his paws over me, and then he starts whining in my ear. So I know at that time it's time to get up to go let him out. Then my other dog, Negan, does the same thing. He'll come over and lay on top of him. But then he wants to roll around in the bed acting like a fool before we go out. What you doing, buddy? Now, he's got a bed in my office, but he doesn't have one in here yet. And the only reason being is this room takes on water, and I haven't been able to fix it yet. I thought about getting a couple of those plastic pallets where I work and bringing them home and putting their bed pallets on top of that. I pretty much only use GTs and hyper. I'm big on the hyper cars. Matter of fact, Slot's got that one, Toyota. I think it's Toyota that's out. I keep trying to remember to buy the damn thing, and I always forget about it every time I look at cars. Man, I fell in love with the Scale Auto versions. They're absolutely. No, I'm not a big fan. Believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of the two Porsches I got. The same ones I got Shane. I don't know why they don't run the same as the Cadillacs and the I keep wanting to say Pagani, but I don't know how it's pronounced. Joe, how are we doing? I'm getting ready to end up the show because I'm going to show my track on a camera video because I couldn't get I couldn't go to a second camera for some reason and get this filmed in. But see, I'm still babbling on. But I like talking to you guys. And I look forward. I actually love the lives more than I like doing videos. So now it'd be a lot better if I could just put like 20 of you in here and we all talk. Because there's 21 in the room right now. So put 21 things up here and we can all go talk and say. I've seen too many people doing that with like 6 people, and it's hard to get a word in edgewise. Slot Craft Master. I learned a lot from you. You guys don't check out his channel. I'm sure you've heard of it, but you need to check out his channel. He explains things and it makes sense. What's that? That's okay. What's daily? I missed the part where what's daily on doing. And then Journal, his buildings just out of cardboard. I mean, amazing. I love that first one. You repurposed it, and that was the one I saw, and I was like, man, I don't know why I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm still going to buy some stuff here and there from Magnetic Racing and Racetrack Scenics, and I'm still going to print some of my own stuff until they ban the printers all the way. Until I have to do that government bullshit, which I was watching on the other day. It's all because somebody made a gun out of one. So they want they want to be able to stop the public from being able to make their own guns. I'm like, and only one person's ever done it. Now, there may be other people that hit the strip club. Hell yeah. I don't have the bar up yet. I don't have the girl to dance on it yet. I do this myself. It's not perfect. Sometimes I really fuck it up. This one was actually one of my better ones, but it makes me look like I got an egghead. That's why you usually see me wearing a hat. I never liked, because my cheeks are all full, and then my head's kind of narrow. Oh. That kind of kid. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty. Oh. Left in. Oh, see, this is what I like. Just having a good time laughing. Hey, I plan to do more lights. Now, my tree over here is suffering this year because those are the incandescent 18 multicolored switches to change the channel. It goes through all the different colors and stuff real rapidly. One set for sure has gone out towards the top of the tree, and I'm having a hard time relocating some. I used to buy them at Menards at Christmas time, but they haven't had them this year. I went through there thoroughly and even asked them. I couldn't find it. Colt! Yeah, I haven't forgotten about your billboard I'm trying to make for you either, buddy. I don't forget things. I just don't get it done. I will get you covered. See, another failure I was talking about. I get so Gale Force Raceway. How you doing? That sounded like I was having a Jersey accent. I wouldn't want to live in Jersey for the life of me. If you're from there, it's probably okay. But to go there, no. I haven't seen Mayor in a long time, actually. But I hope everybody's doing good with their hobby. I try to watch as many videos as I can. I have slowed down a little bit because sometimes it's overbearing. I only try to watch them at work anymore. And then occasionally when I'm sitting here tinkering around or running my own car, I'll throw a video up and watch it. And I try to make it to the lives, but I don't always make it. Those are the ones I do try to make. Because that's information. I mean, you can go back and watch it. It's more fun to chat about it, and you can get different people's opinions. Or if you have a question, you can ask it. That's why the lives are more important, because you actually get to talk to other people and maybe get a resolve, or just answer a question, or you can help them with their question. So that's what I like about lives. Plus, it feels like you're actually talking to somebody. You got a routing track. Oh, that's right. I remember. Been preoccupied. Oh no, that's sad to hear. They're alive though. That makes it a great Christmas, right? Wow. Sorry to hear that. I think we had a couple fires this year, right around Christmas, and I'm just like, Christmas sometimes is depressing to some people, and then you think when you got all the stuff together, if you had it all together, and then all of a sudden something drastic like a storm or something knocks out your house or takes it away, and you're like, what? There's not insurance for that part because it's I guess they'll pay you a certain dividend for, depending on your insurance company, I guess, for what you have in your house, but they're not gonna the feeling's lost because you're not going to do it to on the day that you intended to. I feel bad for people like that all the time, especially Christmas time. The reason I love it is because everybody's usually a little more enjoyable to be around. Generally, until you go to shop for the last thing on the shelf that everybody wants. Then people aren't so friendly, which I think is stupid. You're setting an example for kids by, I got your toy for you, and then they're watching the news going, yeah, I see how you did it too. Yeah, it's hard to stay in touch with everybody. I still talk to Chad quite a bit. I talk to the Fingers from once in a while myself. Shotgun Dave, Shane. We still talk quite a bit. Not as much as we used to, but we're also busy with everything because we all have our own lives. Fingers is always my favorite to talk to. we don't even talk about slot cars most of the time. But guys, I'll get off here. I'm rambling. I know I am. I would apologize for it, but I'll do it again the next time. So I'll just shut up about it. It's been great. I'm glad to be back, and I feel a lot better about this year. So follow along with me as I'll follow along with you, and we'll make this track go somewhere. There's quite a bit you can't see yet because I've taken it off the table already, but that's why it looks so blank to everybody. Thanks for being on a hotel nearby. Maybe 2 or 3 more. What? Oh, they'll be at a hotel. 2 or 3 more. Nothing structural, but kitchen's gutted. Oh, kitchen fire. No. I don't know. They're people are pretty good at that stuff anymore. For room or something like that, they can actually get it. I don't know how they do it, but I've had some people say that they or I've seen videos, let's just put it that way, where they've done the work and it didn't take them very long at all, and you just move right back into your house. I'm sure the insurance company loves that because they don't have to replace the whole house. Now, we had a fire diagonal from me here 1 year ago. The house was gone. Got tore down. They put a new house up, and yeah, the same people moved back in. I thought they sold it, and then whatever, but no, they're living there again, which is one of our heating air guys that has a shop here in town. Drink your Pepsi if you got it. But yep, I gotta get that video made for everybody because everybody's well, there's still 21 here. Shit, you guys are stuck with me all the whole way. No. I'm not number one. I just try to have a fun time, and when I first started this hobby, I didn't have any friends anyway. So, and that was Patrick. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I decided to come back. Yeah, I had a hard time with friends when I was growing up, so I just learned to cut people off. Maybe that's why I'm such friends with everybody here, because I don't have to. You're too far away. I'm just joking. No, I've met a lot of good people here. I've met some assholes, but I've met a lot of good people. Some of them were assholes that were good people, but you know what I'm saying. I'm an asshole from time to time. I usually talk about it afterwards. Other than when I get in a battle with people, but that seems to have subsided here lately. People aren't bashing each other like they used to, and I think that is great. I'm just like everybody else. I don't want somebody telling me what I can and cannot do with whatever I'm doing. Now I fall into the same category. Sometimes I do what everybody else is doing, but there's a lot of things I want to do myself. Oh, Shane, welcome. Well, see, I was just talking about him, wasn't I? The asshole song. That wasn't the same sentence, by the way, Shane. I wasn't saying that aspect. Yeah. Since he came on here, did you see his video? Man, he did a good job on that GPS Porsche, man. Put the color to it. And the stickers. Those stickers were like top notch. Hey, you never know when you're going to need a good asshole to take care of things for you, right, Chris? I'm not a woke person. I'm not a politically correct person. I'm not, I sometimes say the wrong thing. I cuss too much. Blah 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 blah. But overall, I think that for the most part, I'm a good guy. But yeah. Is anybody getting annoyed by that train and stuff going back there in the back? Those cars will run all night. I left them on for... Those two cars are broke in pretty good. They were on the other night for about 8 hours, 9 hours. Just straight running around that track. They're probably going to burn out before I need to take them off there and let them cool down for a while. They've been running for about... let's see, what time is it now? They've been running since about 6 o'clock, so about 3.5 hours right now. So's the train. I got a lot of power supply back there in the corner. For now, I'm planning to make a that's it, toggle switchboard to control certain things that because not everything, like a train, I can shut off the remote and turn the train off from my remote, but it does not stop the power running to the train. So, and this particular train doesn't do it, but most of the trains you get that are Lion Chief, Lion Chief, when you shut off the remote, it starts beeping at you after a certain period of time trying to connect back with it. So, it's going to melt some plastic. Once I thought about caring about something, but then now I remember my golden rule. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I think as you get older, you get better at knowing how to run and control your own life. A lot of people are foolish. I work when I want to work, but I do have to get the hours. So I choose to work at night. It's a lot quieter. I don't have anybody. I don't have dispatch contact me over and over again. I usually do the same job every single day, so just a different product. That's all. Yeah. Did you ever catch it? Did you ever watch it? I never saw anything. I had the same problem. Watch your mouth. But I just gotten older. I'm like, yeah. What do? I'm a truck driver, local. I pick up plastic from rail lines and take it over to. You've probably heard of it because they were International Berry Plastics. They're everywhere. I don't know if they have one in Australia, but they're now called Amcor. But they usually make now here they make plastic cups for McDonald's and stuff like that. So they've got some thermal that goes out for other places on certain things, like some trays and stuff like that. But yeah. So I haul it. It's all the time. It used to be I was doing 2 to 3 every day when I didn't have. I came home to sleep, and weekends seemed really short. Oh, should have been here earlier, Journal. I was cleaning up the floors and everything else. I was tripping over. And then when you go to put something away, or something that is piled up that you need to put away, you grab something from it, and everything starts falling all over the place. I'm like, mother, every freaking time. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, calm down. Like, I just get sick of it. And it's my own fault because I put it there. You got to run. Let's catch up. Yeah, I'm just babbling on now. Working alone is, I do. I really like to be by myself most of the time. My wife talks about it all the time. She goes, "You never leave the house when you come home." I don't, nope. So I see where it's upsetting to her because I don't even like to go. She might say, "Let's go out for a steak" or something like that. Most of the time, I won't go out for a steak unless I'm already out, which is rare. Like, if I need materials for my track, I will get them when I go back to work Monday on my way home or on the way into work because I'm going to work at night. But if I needed it, I came home Friday and I ran out of it and I go, well, shit. Yeah, I won't go back and get it. I won't run in Saturday to get it. I just like being at home. That's probably why Daryl has never seen me up there at Richmond. It's 3 hours away. It's on a Sunday, and I got to work the next day. I mean, I could work at night, but yeah. Talking me out of this house is hard. I was a truckie for 34 years. Wow. Probably why I swear. I was swearing way before I got the truck. When I was in the military, I wasn't even a sailor. I was in the Army, but yeah, I hate it. Well, my dispatchers, they're all right. I think my dispatchers are all right. But like I said earlier, I kind of control my own life. The original owner of the company, he sold out since then. But at one point, because I was always asking about certain things, and he's like, here's how it works, Eric. He goes, I don't own you. You do what's right for you, and forget everything else. And I took it to heart, and it took me a while to do it, but then I started doing that, and I've never been happier. I mean, we got new supervisors, this, that, and the other now. They're like, oh, well, we need you to do this. Well, you should have got a hold of somebody else for it because you already had it planned, and I'm not doing it. So now it's not that I don't do it, but there's some of these they want to send you somewhere, and you're like, no, I'm not going there. Or I worked all night, and I get home back at the shop at like 9 a.m. Hey, can you run this over to, let's say, Tennessee or something like that? No, I'm not taking that over to Tennessee. I'm going to bed. Smoker, I brewed my own beer. Oh. You know how to do a lot of things there, Craftmaster. Although, I won't lie, because you use the AI voice or whatever it was before, I have a hard time when I'm watching your show. When it first comes on, you start talking, I go, it feels weird because I'm used to your original videos with your where you weren't showing your face and you were just doing the videos and it was Cartoon Network all over it. Like an extra syllable. That wasn't what was his name? Damn it. Samuel L. Jackson, was it? Mark. He's the king of the motherfucker word. I don't know anybody who can say it more. And be able to tell a whole story just using that word, and you know exactly what he's talking about and what he means. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's great that you came out, but yeah, when I first heard it every time, like I keep listening for that solid deep voice, and it's not. It's not as deep as it was. So you're kind of like, what the hell? Let's see, King. Where's my? I keep learning the King's English and crafty. I try to learn from everybody. I usually don't have a problem. Like my trucks was bought in 2016, and it was bought brand new for me. I got a little bit of say in what was set up on the truck. Well, the truck's got not really that much. I mean, like a little over 400,000 miles on it. Well, our company likes to get rid of them after 3. So everybody else got new trucks, but because they think I'm local. See, here's how local drivers work. Most of the time, a local driver doesn't really do anything other than pick up trailers for the other guys to go out over the road, or deliver or finish delivering the ones that the over the road guys brought in. Mine's not like that. My job is I actually produce money for the company. It's an everyday thing. I go to the rail line. I take it to Berry Plastics. I go back to the rail line. Go back to Berry. It's always that. Something to do with Berry Plastics. So, the new supervisor's like, well, you'll never get a new truck. You'll have to get what everybody else has got. And I'm like, I'll tell you what. This is what I'm going to tell you. The second my blue truck goes, I go. And he goes, what? I was like, yep. And then the owner, which he's younger than me. He's young, but he was talking to me one day, passing along. He goes, you're going to change that truck sooner or later. I was like, I'll tell you the same thing I told you when you first brought it to me that you were going to sell that truck. It goes, I go. You're not serious. I said, no, I'm serious. He goes, well, I have to admit your truck's been in better shape than the new ones. These new ones they bought Western Stars. They're heavy as hell. They spent the extra money for them. I don't know why. I don't like them. They have broke down so many times, and my truck just keeps rolling. Now, this year, or 2025, my truck needed a lot of fixes and upgrades because, it had been neglected too long. But usually, when I had control over it, my truck went to a shop every time I knew something was coming up. I could feel it. You could feel the truck going wrong. So you would automatically go to the shop and say, hey, this is what I got going. Can you take a look at it? But now they want to wait to the last minute because they want to try and squeeze as much money out of it before they put it in there. And then it doesn't get done right. Yeah. Yeah, Samuel Jackson is a master. He's a motherfucking bastard. And sadly, I love him for it. I understand the love for that word. He's our etiquette teacher. Yeah, I think he teaches everybody. I can't think of. Oh, I saw a clip they were showing the movie the other day. They bleeped it all out. And I'm like, really? They were talking about him in general, and I was like, you can't just say he's the king of the word motherfucker. You guys ever watch the Hitman's Bodyguard and the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard? Well, he just says it all the freaking time, and I can talk about movies. I actually meant to bring that up. That was one of my topics tonight too. I was going to talk about my favorite things from 2025. Best movie for me was, in fact, the F1 movie. Believe it or not, a racing movie. I loved it. That was my favorite film the whole entire year. I don't watch as many as I used to, but that that film was right up there. I know it was unrealistic to a certain degree, but I know that this is what happens to me every time. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, Mercedes. What's his name? Damn it. Anyway, he had a lot to do with the background on that movie. Trying to tell him how to, no, the car couldn't do that and turn forward. You're gonna have to do it this way to make it be believable. And it took him, what was it, 3 years to make that film? And all the race sequences, when you see them standing out there with the crowds, they did the one where they presented themselves with their car out in the crowd one time. And then, like the other sequences you see, they were all after the race was actually over, but they made it look good. So it was a fantastic movie, and it just got your spirits going. And the thing is when you first watch it, you're going, oh yeah, he's gonna win, old timer, blah 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 blah, and then it doesn't look like it's going that way at all, and you're like, this is interesting. And then they blindside you again, and then you blindside you again. And you're like, I love it. My wife hates me because I usually can tell you who did it, how it was done, so she don't watch movies with me anymore. I had a friend a long time ago that used to do that to me all the time, and so I started learning how to do it. And I could find the answers from the very beginning of the film and know the outcome. Not necessarily the cliches, right? Yeah, I get you. But I mean, overall, I just like it was the race sequences. I mean, they did a really good job with that. Hamilton, that's his damn name. Yeah, he had a lot to do with the movie. He was taking script with him and the plans and everything, and he was calling them to let them know as he was going through the script. Hey, this ain't gonna work this way. This is. And then he was actually, if you pay attention to a lot of the race sequences, he's the one in the back mirror, that you see coming up on him or on the side or whatever. And yeah, so he had a lot to do with that movie. I just loved it. I own it, but I watch it all the freaking time. I've watched it probably at least 5 times. A lot of times I'll be sitting in here just putting it on the TV while I go at it. Just while I'm working on things. I've been trying to spend more time out here because when I spend it in the office, I stay in the office. But you can only do so much there. I got, that's where I do my gluing, painting, stuff like that. But I was staying in there and nothing was getting done out here. So I think that was my other problem. I didn't mean for this to go this long because nobody's ever going to watch this after an hour. But even I have a hard time watching somebody's live if it's been over an hour. That's what Red Driver is acting. That I liked. Yeah, I finally watched Rush because I'd always see part of it and I never got to finish it. I finished Rush. Last year they had Gran Turismo, which I thought was cool. I thought it was cool how they told the story of that. I mean, I get it. I was on the other side where I go, I get it. I wouldn't let them fucking touch my car as much as they're worth. But, oh, come on, Chris. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night, and then you're going to say something to me, and I'm going to say something to you, and then you'll answer it, and then we'll be talking for a while. Have a good night, Chris. I need to get off here myself. But I've seen a couple more people come in. I didn't want to. I like to talk to everybody. If somebody shows up real quick, I don't even think Tad's here anymore. Are you still here, Tad? Queens and Le Mans is. Oh, you see, I haven't seen the classic one. I did like Ford versus Ferrari. I did like what was the name of that one? The Ferrari movie. Because yeah. I like race movies. Matter of fact, back when I was gaming, a lot of the games I played were racing games. One was called Juiced. That was one of my favorites because you could race for pink slips on their cars. And You just got a copy of their cars, all you really got. But when you won, then you collected a lot of cars that way. I'd sell them off and upgrade mine. And then what was the other one? Need for Speed Underground. That was a good one too. My wife actually played that one, and she hasn't played video games since. But she had her car built up. I had mine built up, and we'd race. She usually beat me, just like then Joe answers it. F1 was better driven. This slice. Oh yeah. Well, I didn't mind that movie though, because that at the time that was you didn't see too many movies that were about cars anymore, and they were doing a little bit about the F1, so it was kind of cool to watch. Now, I'd love to see somebody actually drive one of those cars downtown New York. Come on now, they'd have been dead before they even got through the first light. Hey, good night, Patrick. Yeah, there was quite a few of us in there. We're down to 18. Yeah. No, I've got guardrails going in everywhere. Right now they're out because I ran out of shoulders. So underneath this side, I took them out because I needed to fill the in because you could see them out here. So I filled it in. I don't know how I ran out of them. So I could have swore I had one for every single straight I have, and I still have probably 20 or 30 straights still sitting in the other room. Anyway, so I started taking. I've got like 8 of these, the single lane tracks. This is one I painted. This was my test dummy for a lot of things. Anyway, I've got 8 of these. I'm going to fill them in underneath there so I can still have my guard, so I can put a rail in there. So I'll be leaving them underneath open in the back, but I want to put the cars in the lane so you can reach in there and put them back, or take them out and put them back on the track. I can do it by taking them all out, but I don't like it. So, and I've knocked the car off a couple times there, and since I've changed this track back behind me, like down here, I can get easy access to that corner, 415 corner going through there. Now, originally I had that little town area sitting in the center, and it was hard to get to. And it seemed like I was always going off there. How you go off on a 415 curve? I guess because you weren't looking at it, you just expect you can just fly right through there. You can't. You can't do it. You can throw a car off on a 415 curve. I don't know about a 415 bank. That might be the hardest one to throw a car off of, but I'll bet it can be done. The Power Gear Crafty, yeah. No, again, like I said, I'll get that video out. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here now. Need for Speed. Yeah, they did that movie. That was, yeah. It was all about a Mustang, though. Wasn't even an old Mustang. With an old Mustang, I could have enjoyed it. Fast and the Furious, 20-speed gearbox. Yeah, I still watch the Fast and the Furious movies, though. I don't watch them over like I used to with the earlier season movies, because I think they lost track of what they were doing. I don't like all that shit. It's like any of you ever played Call of Duty when they started making those jumpsuits where you can jump clear across the freaking map. It takes the whole fun out of the whole thing. You've got a car. Well, now it's strapped with a parachute and you can fly. Nah. Just get tired of that. That's not funny. Or it's not fun anymore. I understand the dream. You're looking at it going, that's a cool concept. But come on, if we could do it, we'd already done it. Men love to fuck with power shit. We'll race anything if it'll move. I mean, how many of us grabbed the little willy worms back in the day and made them race? So you raced your John Deere tractors, your lawnmowers, race them around the freaking house. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll jump off here because I don't want to be up too late myself. Well, actually, I do. I want to run some of the cars. I want to run this because what I want to do is start. I'll get a time trial on this thing, and I might have to put a digital chip in pull that off, but I'm gonna start tuning it up and seeing where I go with it as I tune, just so I can see what does what, and if I do this, what changes there. So if I encounter a problem, at that point I will stop and then go back. This is something I wanted to explain back in the line, but so if I come to let's say I do an upgrade and all of a sudden it's causing me a problem, is it the upgrade I made, or was it because of an upgrade I'd already done and it needs to be adjusted? So I figure the best way to do it is to learn for myself by using one car. I originally was wanting to do it to a Carrera car, but I wanted to convert it completely. And I decided that was not, I don't need to spend all that money. I could buy a car that's already in good shape that I could use for something like that, to race on somebody else's track or something like that and have a good car. NSR is my favorite. As all of you know, I'm not a Revo slot fan. But I may, after I learn how to tune. My Porsche on the Revo slot, that was my first Revo slot, was I bought a Porsche. And it ran, and I had somewhat control over it, but it was really bad. And now I put it away, and I hadn't run it. Well, I got it out, I greased everything, and I wasn't paying attention, I guess. I guess it dry rotted the gear in it, because I ran around the track, and all of a sudden, it just stopped. Then you'd hear it grind every once in a while, and it would stop. You're like, what the hell? Took it apart. Yep. The wheel just snapped, the gear snapped on it. It was like half of it was gone. I was like, oh, shit. So, and I ordered another one just because I don't like the Revo slots. BRM, love them. Absolutely love them. No magnet. They're a great car. I mean, I'm limited on what I buy of those. I wanted one of those Camaros, but I didn't get my chance. Too close to Christmas. We didn't have Christmas. This year we just did the big meal, which everybody was fine with because it was a tough year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just do one car. That way I'm looking at it as I'm familiar with it. As I run the car, I'm familiar with it. So as I do an upgrade, I'll see the change. If I keep changing cars and doing upgrades to it, I'm not going to figure out what I'm doing wrong if I do something wrong. Because you got to build it. Each person has to design their car to themselves. It's not, you got to design it to the track, but you also got to design it for your driving abilities. And I figure this is a way for me to learn. Just take one car and go at it. So I had decided on a test car, the Corvette, because I don't have any. I think I have one Carrera Vet and the whole entire collection and I'm a Chevy guy. So I was looking at them, and then I was trying to decide between the orange and the yellow. And then I was looking up, some other people that had the car, and I seen Marty had the orange one. And when he showed that, when he popped the cap off that, it showed it without the lens, the plastic cover on it. I was like, yep, that's it. And I actually talked to Marty about the car because I was like, I reached out to him and I said, I'm thinking about doing this, and what some of your advice, and he gave me some advice, and I'll go from there. But so I appreciate Marty doing that for me. Again, great thing about everybody out here, man. We help each other out as much as we can. I got a lot of things I'd like to go over this year, but that's going to be. I don't want to do it too fast. Does that make sense? I don't want to go, oh, this week I'm showing you this. The next week, oh, this is the improvement I made. Oh, there's something wrong, and I got to go back and fix it. I don't want to do it every week. It'll be something like, I don't know, once a month or maybe once every 3 weeks. Because I don't want to give you guys the same shit every week. That'd get boring. It's like me standing still all the time. I like doing the lives in my office, but I won't lie. Here, I can pause to talk, but you still got some kind of action going on in the background. I kind of see why Shane does it. Shane does a lot around his track. Hub does, Dick does. I guess a lot of us do, but I was not one to do that. I wanted to have that nice comfy zone and away from here. And it was actually, I think me and Shane were talking when I came up with, we came up with the red room to get another room to go to. I just wanted somewhere where I could put all my tools and everything and go to there to work on something. Because out here, all I'd have is a bunch of tools laying all over the floor because they'd roll off, or if fall off or I'd lose them, or I didn't want it out here. I had the little bench over here at one time, and I didn't have enough room for everything I wanted to do. Because I might be soldering here, but I'm painting a building over here, parts of it at a certain time with hand brush, and I want to do this over here, but okay, I'm waiting for the paint to dry. Well, the solder's done, but I don't know what I want to do with it next as far as the brass or anything like that, or wiring, whatever it may be. And then over here, I'm trying to, put something together, like a magnetic racing building, for instance. I want to have that. I wanted to have that option, so that's what that office was for. But I found myself staying in there, and that was a slowdown and it was also depressing. That's why maybe that was part of the problem. Was I wasn't running cars because I was staying in there. Kind of hard to run them, right? But I think that's why I got depressed with the hobby. I got all these cars and I want to run them, and actually use the tires that are on them. I don't want to pick up a car one day and all the tires are rotted out because I just let them sit on the shelf right after I bought them. And I did that a lot. A lot of these cars have only been ran once. And right before Christmas, I thought about selling it all. Run some laps on the track for us, please. The problem I'm having, Shane, is this camera is on the computer. It won't let me go to my phone so I can do it live. So I was going to do, I could run one. Let's see if I can get myself out of the way for it. Turn that back off. Turn that back on. Oh, am I on digital? Yeah, we don't want to be on digital today. I'm trying to figure out where I can stand where you guys can see. I'll run the Corvette a little bit. Trying to get out of the way. I said I won't be able to do the camera or anything. I wanted over this car once, so I haven't really got. Oh, I didn't fix the brakes. Yeah. That's what the super grabber's for. I got my glasses on, I can't see them. And I just knocked it on the ground. That wasn't the best car to start with. Can't tune a car if you break it. Let's try that again. It's starting to get cold in here now. My track's dirty. That doesn't help. I may not be a good driver. I hit the other car that was in digital. I had on here. Which was that 935 I was talking about. So, anyway. Yeah, the track, I didn't get a chance, like I said, I didn't get a chance to wipe it down before. So, I really can't do a whole lot on it. It's going to spin out every time. Different program to go. I still haven't ran jumpers for it yet. There's still that going on. I have no jumpers in place whatsoever right now. Let me. There we go. That's quieter. What the hell did it hit that it jumped off the track? Oh, I had the rubber. So I'm working on my barrier wall. The only thing I can find that fits is this piece of rubber that I had. It's actually a piece of silicone. Anyway, I had it in there for a while, and it was just a little flimsy. But then I made some. So I made some of these glue things on my printer. Well, right now these are taped together because I was going to glue them because it was hard to do with it not being on the track, so I could see the height adjustments on it. And so that's what's on there now. That the blue or the black silicone on this side. The car hit it. So. It really hit it this time. So yeah, that's what that is. And I'll put this back over here. Well, slowed down that time. I don't know what happened, guys. Like I said, I need jumpers because obviously, and that was what I was talking about earlier that I didn't come back to. So a lot of people will miss that. I put a double in here when I was working on the track, going all the way around the whole entire perimeter. I need to get this double out of here because it's at the start gate, and I put on a couple of. There must be a separation over there somewhere. So it's slowing down on that side. Or a piece of wood. There might be a piece of wood in the track. So, what was I saying? I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, so I need to move this double out and put it back out here. I actually want to run that down over the by the bridges to finish it up. Can you guys still see it? I'll get a better video. I apologize. That little camera, I mean, I can move it around manually, but it's kind of slow in comparison. I think this track is it's fun. It gave me everything I wanted out of it. It gave me the 3 bank. I got the 160 curve, which I had down there, and I wanted it back there. But I like this one better where it comes over and it angles across, so it's not just going up and down the track like one side to the other, one side to the other. It has a little bit of a different direction that goes with it. I think it's because the track's separated over there. I was working over on that backside earlier today, so getting some of the wood poured over there, and I was sweeping the floors. And, I was trying to get the rail system over there in the right. I'll probably move the track a little bit, so it's probably got a separation. I ran out of time today. My biggest thing today was getting everything cleaned up, and like I said, I was excited about the live. I didn't get everything done. Actually, like the gantry would be lit up. I've been using this phone wire. I don't know if you guys can see that. That was what was lighting up my gas station. It was lighting up my billboards. Yeah, it just stopped. There must be something going on. Yeah, something's going on. Sorry. So I've been ripping all this out and going back to the regular wiring. Remote. What the hell? I've been saying that word a lot. What the hell? Weren't we talking about motherfucker earlier? Oh, that's my phone piece. Anyway, a lot to come this year, but I haven't ordered any more buildings at this point. I have some still to build, and I don't know exactly where they're going yet. So each piece will, as I figure it out, it'll be designed, I'll be working at that direction. So like I got this center section over here. I was going to kind of put a little mountain hill in there because it's going to be a mountainous kind of area. It's still going to be Christmas themed to a certain degree, but I'm not going to go I'm going to spin this to be more of a racetrack look and make that look like it's just a part of the city that comes over to the racetrack area. Then every once in a while, you'll have your whimsical things that show up here and there on the track, but to keep it just, going with the story I come up with. And so I got a lot to do, a lot of wiring to do. I'm not changing the track. I was originally going to I set it up so I could change it as I went. I have no reason to change the track. This is how it's going to stay. I think it's got enough curves in it this time, not just all straights, but enough that you can still kind of go fast enough that you're in a straight. Does that make sense? So I got the main straight here, which is the long one end to one end. So that's, it's 20 foot from one end of the table to the other. So whatever it takes at a 415 curve, this is over on the other side is a 230 curve going into a straightaway across. This is the 415 complete curve. So, I'll just basically say I've got probably about 18 feet straightaway right there. Then you got the one that comes over on this side, it comes back out and comes across. There's a lane change right there underneath the overpass. And then it goes up, hits the bank. Another one on the bridges, which I talked about the bridges earlier. Then it hits the 160, comes back around this way, and that's where I'm wanting to put this double lane change. I want to put it down there when you're going down. And then I've got a left to right lane change right here before the pit area. And this will be eliminated because, like I said, I put two, that's what I was saying earlier. I put two Porsche cars next to each other earlier I had them sitting back here. As soon as I hit the start button, I had them on ghost mode. They took off and they hit the double cross at the same time. Something I will be adding this year is probably some anti-chips. But they did it once, not only once, but then I did it again, set it back up, hit the start button. They did the second time right in a row. I was like, well, what if I had 6 cars on here? Because I would usually start up here at the start point. But if I had 6 cars on here, either the second set of cars or the third set of cars is going to cross it over. So I need to eliminate that. It was set up for some reason totally different. Now I've got, of course, over here, I've got my right lane going back up to left so you can try and dodge the guy coming out of pit. I'm going to build some new stuff for the top of the pit. As I move the news station out there, I've got my command center over there now. Gas station's on the lower side, so I can put my semis coming in. I have an idea over here on the back side of the pit lane, but I haven't gotten that far yet. And then I'm going to tie that table. I'm going to use cardboard stripping to put my plaster cloth across to connect all this together so it all looks like one gigantic plateau of mountain area, something like that. And then, some rocks here and there and stuff like that. That's where I'm going. So, I haven't looked at what's going on. I hope so. Fox and Walls, I hope I've done it this time. I won't lie, I like it. Like I said, I've planted all this. All the table studs are mounted into the foam board, which I only did that with trains because that was my completing it. So now that I've done it, if I keep changing it, I'll have a bunch of holes all over the place. Then I'll have to replace everything. So all the foam board. So I don't want to do that. And then I've got a bunch of this quarter-inch that fits the same size of the track. I will be putting that in place as well. But that's down the road. Right now, the buildings are set up kind of where they're going to go, but I just set it up kind of for the live because I still got to put it down. I'm going to paint everything, cut it, bring it off, paint it, bring it back, put it in, and then I'm going to add whatever detail I want, like trees or some wild grass, because I got to think about that scenario too. I can do a lot of green grass with snow over the top of it as though we're coming out of winter going back into the racing season, which is what would normally happen. And I can still get away with the Christmas theme at the same time. So I could actually go buy the green tough mats and put them across the whole table and then just spray paint white over the top of them a little bit. I've got it, but I'm not going to do that. I got a different idea. The bridges, like I said, I may build another bridge. I may toss those. I love the look of the bridges. I just don't like how flimsy they are. I think I've talked to Shane about that a couple times. If you don't have a support underneath the bridges, they sag. Yeah. And I think you've seen that. Shane redid his. So, and I had put supports underneath where each bridge connects. and on the ends when I had mine up earlier. Kind of what you're seeing now, but they're not actually attached. 2 bridges are attached, the other one's not. I have a 4th one I have to build. I'd have to paint it and everything else to put over there. I mean, it'd be worth it because I've already got the kit, or I could give the kit away and just destroy these altogether. But like I said, my bridges, when I built them, you could reach down into them when a car deslots and get to it right away. This one, you'd have to reach in from the side, and you better hope, you can reach it. Well, you can. It's not a problem because each end's kind of got the open spot for you to put your arm in there. But God forbid your hand or your sleeve snag on it and pull back, you tear the whole bridge apart. You'd be like, oh, shit. The guys driving the cars will be suing us for not inspecting the bridge. Yeah, we're overdue on our bridge inspections. There will be a lake under there, just a small one to give a reason for the bridges. So I'm going to do a little bit of an outline, like on the other side of that track coming down. I'm going to kind of make that into a kind of a port kind of thing. Basically saying that off the table, you're going back out to sea or whatever from here. So we're in the North Atlantic or something like that. Whatever's closest to the North Pole. Gotta look that one up. Disassemble to paint and reassemble. I like building things. I really do. I mean, in all honesty, I think that's probably more my hobby than this is, than slot cars, because I just like tinkering with stuff, building stuff up. Like when I do my buildings, I try to go the extra mile with them. Now, I found in some cases that backfired on me. So, like I had glass in this one over here, the headquarters, and I wasn't gluing the tops on them, but then my dumbass glued the ladders or the staircases onto it. So now I can't take them apart unless I break them. So they kind of stayed the way they were. I at one point or another, I'll get back to it and I will punch the glass out of one side or something like that and try and get, so I can put stuff in there and have scenery, like people standing there or sitting at a desk or whatever. And the same thing with the news crew. The glass is on the front and on this side, but there's no glass on the 2 other sides. So I can put my hands in there and my fingers in there. The fingers! Put my fingers in there to put a desk in, put the chairs in, people sit down it. And, right now I got my rendition of Doug before they had the Doug and Ian characters. So, which goes with my building back here, which is a, magnetic racing building. That was the first one I built. And it's still not technically done. I've never done anything with the interior as far as mounting stuff on the shelves and putting lights in or anything. None of those have lights. I will have lights in them eventually. Like I said, that city will go a little further down. I've got a lot of room between the buildings and the rail line and the track. So I could actually put kind of like a little scenery, like maybe a little popcorn cart or something like that, just kind of make it more Christmassy kind of thing where you'd see on a cold Christmas weather kind of place. I don't know. Billboards, I'll put up the ones I have. I don't plan to. I'm going to do that electronic billboard for a lot of everybody else. There's just not room. Just not room. I've got mine, of course. I got Shane's on here. I got Mark's Slotcar Rex over here. I've got a couple that I got from Racetrack Scenics, and then I think I've got one for George at Area 51. I got one for DNA, which I've had a long time. It lights up. It's actually sitting over on the other side here right at the moment. I'll move it down here. And I got MPs. I don't plan to add a lot of those anymore. I'd rather add a little bit of commercial, but I don't want to overkill the whole track with freaking billboards. I want it to look, realistic, but I don't want it to be. I can put those on the borders, like champion plugs and this, that, and the other. Put the stickers on the sides of all my barriers that are going to be around the track. I don't need all the billboards up in the air, unless there's a place to put it. So I'm just trying to think logically about everything. How would I want it to if I was driving down the road, what would I see? So I'm trying to read the comments a little bit. I've already overstayed my welcome on here because it's shit. We're now in 2 hours and 7 minutes, motherfucker. I'm not in any hurry because I don't work till tomorrow night. But I guess my first video or my first thing live since on 2026. I guess we can get a little carried away, right? There's a lot of options to consider when you're doing scenery. And the thing is it can never stop. You can keep going and going and going. You know, you could always use that extra little weed over there on the corner or something like that. My train I got pretty far with, but I never. What's up, Yukon? But I never got it done either because you're really never done with scenery. There's always room for a little bit more. I mean, hell, look at Shane's. This is looking great. But I wouldn't say he's got a lot of room for a lot of big things left, but he's still got a lot of detail. He can do that track if he wanted to. I mean, he doesn't have to because it looks great. But what are you doing? No, sir. He's not the one that usually does it. I have two dogs that like to come down here, and because they don't like to go outside, they're little Chihuahua fucking little dogs. I love them, but I don't want them down here. They like to slide underneath this table and go take a poop so they don't have to go outside. And then I got to smell it and clean it up, and it pisses me off. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, I just cleaned underneath all these tables today and got it all cleaned up again. I've been organizing everything. I'm not done, but I'm trying to get everything organized, get things put away, and so I can enjoy this hobby a little more. Shop has got a lot of tools and boxes and air hoses. I got my air tank in there, all my slot car tools. Now my regular toolbox is right around the corner from here. I originally was thinking about taking that glass cabinet that I have all my Years of War on and bringing it out here and taking the toolbox in the office because I don't keep the big screwdrivers or anything like that in there. That would be crazy, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, well, every once in a while you need one. So I can just grab it right out of the toolbox and do it rather than come back in here. This room gets really cold. I have a blanket over the door because the door, whoever had this house, they took the door off, didn't replace it with the proper door. So now it's got two butterfly doors and they don't meet tight in the middle. And they got what the hell's those called? Shutters that you can open and close. So I had to put a blanket over the door so that this room doesn't get so freaking cold it freezes out the other part of the house. Basement's cold enough as it is, so now I'm not talking and nothing's moving. So we're having a lot of fun here, aren't we? That's weird. Yeah, it's not bringing it back. Okay, at all. Oh, you good. Yeah. Yeah. There's no motor in the police car. I don't know why it shut off up there. I've not had any issues up there. Unless the braids are just flattened again. I was doing a little bit of woodworking, so that's why I'm thinking there's a wood chip or a piece in there. And then there's probably some track separation. Now the only building that's in a place right now that's probably going to move is my full nude club over there. I put it on the corner. It may still go in that corner, but I'm trying to find a better place so you can see the front as though you'd look at it when you're driving down the street, but the back so you can actually see what's going on inside. When I get that, I ain't done any inside. I painted it, but I haven't done anything. Hiccups and now yours. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. I got to figure out what my track problem is because I got to make a video so everybody can see this track. Or I'll get it this week. I told everybody I'd do it today, but it's getting pretty late. So, all right. This is also my first live in this room. So, yeah, I just got this thing on a little, I'll say a 1/2 inch piece of board. and it comes out 16 inches, and my laptop, my speakers for it, my mic, and everything right there. It probably will not stay in here all the time, but I think for a while it's going to be here while I do my lives because I need to be out here working. And if I, like I said, if I'm in that office, I don't leave it. So I don't want to do my lives in there, and I don't want to do that every day. I'd rather have a lot of it's. I want my music when I'm working, so it's easier to go to my laptop than try to make that TV go to YouTube and find what I want it to find, or go to my mix list or whatever. So it's easier to do on my laptop. So, am I blowing everybody's mind, or am I just talking it off? Hey, I like Rockstar. That was the other one I was talking about. I got what was it, a year ago? I can't remember now. I got the Rockstar Sideways Lamborghini. And I only got it because it was the Rockstar car. And it was bright yellow and black, and it was kind of cool. It had the red wheels. And I got the car, broke the wing right off the bat. Couldn't control the car, so I put it away, and I haven't done anything with it since. Now, I don't think it came with a magnet, so I want to put a magnet in it, and I mean, I can tell you this when I go to do the car, I guess. But since we're bringing up rock stars, that's another car I'd like to actually tune so I can learn how to drive, and that way I can test a sideways car against maybe my NSR. That could be fun because you don't see people do that very often. You love the new live spot? It is a little, I think it'll be nicer because there'll be something going on, whether I'm running some ghost cars. You know, you don't have to stare at my ugly mug. You can run around, have a little fun. I have a tendency to stop moving around, so I hate it when I do that because then I'm just leaving you guys. And I noticed this, and I noticed this out of Shane's video. I watched one of Shane's very early videos, and he would remember this one. But he'd be sitting there talking to you like, all of a sudden he'd be sitting there talking like this from the camera angle this way. Then all of a sudden you see a camera angle on this way, and he's going, and there you have it, folks. And I'm like, that was, I never paid attention to it, but I was like, that's clever. That way he was changing direction so you didn't get bored with looking at what you were looking at. Good on him. Hey, every once in a while I can actually see what's going on in the world. I just get too hyper while you're just hanging out. Yeah. Now I just need to figure out. I do plan to put more cameras on different angles. I'm going to have to find a live stream that I can put the cameras onto because I'm going to run the wiring for them. I want them to be wired in. That way I can put them all up and I can change to each one when I want to. And you can get the different camera angles. And now that's not something anyway right away, but I do plan to have more cameras so I can kind of do, even when I'm videotaping, I can get all the cameras filming it or recording it. And then I can take the best of all of it and put it to one and then release it. I'm not sure how to do that yet. I have not gotten that far to even look into it. It's just an idea at this point. So, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm glad you all came out. I know it's been a while, and I probably don't deserve to have everybody show back up because I've been gone so long. But anyway, you guys made it great, and thanks for all the input. I really appreciate it. And hey, Fox and AWOLs, I actually enjoyed seeing your show today. I was like, because I hadn't seen one in a while. I seen one, what was it, 2 weeks ago maybe? Was it 2 weeks? It's been a while. Anyway, yeah. So I seen that today, and I was like, I couldn't go into a shop like that. I would love to see one, but somebody needs to keep my wallet in the United States if I went into that store. I was hoping there's a couple times I wish you'd slow down. I'd say, hey, pick up that car for me. Thanks, MTD. Thanks, everybody. Gotta love all of you out there. We take the time to talk to each other and have a good time. We take the time to try and, help each other. And then sometimes just root for them or give them some shit. And yes, journal. Yeah, I'll probably ask you every once in a while because I like to get the detail down. I mean, I know at first it's not going to be that easy for me. I'm used to magnetic racing kits where it's pretty much designed for yourself. You just got to figure out what you want to add to it as far as coloring and all that. but building your own buildings, I'm going to need. I mean, I have the basic knowledge, but like what you did with those cardboards, I really like, and I'd like to take it actually a little further than like that last one you built. Yeah, the windows was the only thing I was having a problem with. I was like, I could put windows in there and still make a scene inside somehow, but that involves you painting the inside, and that's probably a lot of extra work for a lot of buildings. First building I'm looking to build is a car wash. Just for a heads up, I've got all those the washy girls that wash the cars. I'm like, why don't you have them out here on the pit lane? Why don't I have a car wash and they're sitting at the end of it like it went through, get some foam rubber or foam and make it look like a car went through a car wash and they're wiping it down when you get done. And I'm not changing my personality. I can't be anybody but myself. And that's 12 of me. All 12 of me agree with that. Now I come from a very negative family, so I drop into negativity pretty quick. So I try to stay out of it, but it's hard. I live and left and come back. No. I just talk to you guys like I said. If you're right, sitting right next to me. So I'm going to keep saying this. So good night. I got to get rude now. Here's number 13 body talking. Anyway, guys, have a good night. And those buildings are so shallow in depth. I don't bother with interior. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, because sometimes you got to sacrifice the whole scene to get the scene. Does that make sense? Because you only have so much space on a board, and that's been one of my biggest problems is with my tracks is because I want to put more scenery on there, and I'm like, well, I don't have any room for this now, so then I'd tear it apart. Not just tear one part of it and try to fix that. I'd go back and tear the whole damn track apart. I don't want to do that anymore. So I left myself what I think is a reasonable amount of space to put scenery in and maintain having a track. And have misdirection because I didn't like just going back and forth. I think that was a big bother. When I did the Batman and I came over the top of the pit lane, I did like that part in that particular part, but I didn't like the whole track layout itself. Well, now I've done it with the 160 kind of going over and, like I said, angling. For some reason, I'm liking that, and I don't know why. It's foolish, but it's one of my favorite features on the track now. Because I've changed the direction. It's not just, I know a lot of people do the cornering where they make a big circle and come back over and then go back up the other way. Kind of make a 3/4 corner or whatever. And I guess that's what you call my 3/4 corner. I wanted to go a different direction just to make it look good. What's that? 31, like Eric. No. Like I said, and I've been slacking in a lot of areas. Like I said, there's a lot of channels out there. It's hard to watch them all. Now I've actually been forced to just say like sometimes and just not comment because I just I don't know. I hate doing it. I always like to comment on everybody's videos to let them know that I was watching and I was paying attention. Out of respect. So I'll make some funny comment or something like that just to let you know that I was there. Because it doesn't always tell you when somebody likes your video. Not like some of your other places. So anyway. 7? Is it 7 now? Well, okay. Here it goes. 8. Good night. Here's in stream. We'll wait for it to end.